We're here tonight for the Governor's Forum hosted by the Republican Women of Baltimore County and the Patriot Club of America, and we have with us Dan Cox. Dan, I know you have to be somewhere to follow, so I'll make this quick. How does your background best prepare you to be governor?
You know, it's an honor to have served in the Maryland legislature and to fight for freedom every day as an attorney for the last 17 years. Working in small business, it's opened my eyes, obviously, to all of the pain that we are going through right now, unfortunately, with the inflation. So I believe that when you look at the record of me fighting and working for you, that has kind of developed in me this passion and sense that we're not going to just go along to get along anymore. Our parents are suffering not only with our jobs and our businesses, but our children are being exposed, brainwashed, and sucked away so many times into this, sadly, into this critical theory, this gender propaganda is what I call it. And if we don't turn that ship around now, we're going to lose our state, and sadly, we could lose our families.
I know that you have 10 children, so I'm sure you're driven like that, like we're all driven. What would you do or how do you feel you're best prepared to get bills passed in a very liberal Democratic legislature?
Well, first we show up. You know, sadly, many times in the last 4 years in the legislature, critical things have been on the line and key players have not showed up to help fight with the Republicans. So my office will be there. We're going to have individuals and a team for every major issue. We're going to work very closely, and I myself, as governor, will appear and will advocate for and against legislation that we love and that we want to see defeated, because we have to move Maryland forward. The other aspect is the budget. You know, the governor can use the budget as a tool of negotiation to make sure that the legislature comes to the table and stops passing these things like the attack on police like we've gone through the last 3 years. That's how we get it done. And at the same time, we've got to bring more Republicans into office. So I'm going to continue the campaigning that I'm doing across the state to bring more Republicans.
That was another question I had to ask you. How do you plan on bringing jobs back to Maryland? Maryland is a very rich state. What would you do to get jobs?
Well, I've announced Project Not Forgotten. So we need to make sure that Baltimore City and parts of the county too, and the Eastern Shore, Southern Maryland, and Western Maryland are not forgotten in the job sphere, and all of Maryland can join together at the table to lower our taxes, to make sure we open our oil and gas reserves, to bring a refinery to Maryland, to stop the nonsense that we're going to do away with our cars by 2035. We need to make sure that our gas and our resources are able to be accessed. For instance, I was in Western Maryland, and a constituent or an individual who supports me was mentioning that from his ground the gas is seeping up, but because of the governor's moratorium and the legislature preventing access, he can't even access his own gas. And yet here we are with pain at the pump. But Pennsylvania can, West Virginia can, and they're getting all the jobs. So we're going to change that. We're going to make sure we lower our taxes, lower our corporate tax rate, lower our personal income tax rate. I'd like to get rid of the personal income tax rate. Make sure that our property taxes are immediately decreased. That will draw a tremendous amount of business. And when we lift the moratorium on oil and gas and allow exploration, we can do this with smart, reasonable action, making sure we do not harm or destroy our property and our environment. That's how we can turn the economy around. And Maryland will be a place where, because it's such a rich oil and gas reserves place, a rich natural resources state, we're going to attract a lot of business.
Okay, well, thank you so much. It was great hearing you tonight. You're very popular. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless your family.
Thank you.
God bless America.
Yes, God bless America. Good to see you guys again. Take care.